What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's had a great day. I want to first start off by thanking all you guys for watching my channel. If it's your first time watching my videos, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button for me. Alright guys, today we're going to be repairing some plastic on my Honda 250R using a plastic repair gun. And this gun uses hot staples to repair plastic. And I'm going to show you guys how to use this gun and how you can apply it to many broken items that you may have in your house or in your garage, and how well this product actually works. I've used a hot staple gun before in the past, and this one looks like it's just as great as the one that I have used before. So we're going to put it to the test and we're going to see how well it works. Hey guys, this is the plastic repair gun that I purchased from Amazon, and right off the bat, the case does feel a little cheap, but it does hold the gun and everything inside pretty well. Once you open the case, you're going to see the gun that you purchased, and they do sell this in a red and black. Unfortunately, they were out of the black, so I got stuck buying the red, which is not a big deal because it's actually a pretty nice color. It's got a nice, pretty good weight to it, so it doesn't feel cheap. It does have a little light there, so once you press the trigger, that little light will come on and it will light up the surface that you're about to use the gun on, especially if you're working in dark areas. Now, it does come with 4 different type of staples, and each little bag has a certain amount of staples. I'm not sure how many there's in there, but there's quite a bit in there in each little pack. And in the first pack, you get this little flat staple with little lines. The second pack, you come with these, a little bit more of a wider staple. The third is a staple made for like corners. If you have a corner of a plastic you're trying to get into, like a V corner, this will actually staple that corner together. And the fourth is another flat staple, which is a little bit wider. The one that's most commonly used is the second one in the second bag, and it's these here. This is made for flat or surfaces that are broken in half or on a flat surface. These are the ones you want to use because it's a little bit wider of it covers a little bit more of a area with the flat staple itself. And it also comes with a nice little cutter. These little cutters, so once you're done stapling your plastic, you can cut the remaining of the staple with this little cutter. So that's pretty handy. Show you guys what I'm gonna repair, and I've tried to repair this before in the past using a staple gun, and the staple gun just did not hold up well. As you can tell, it already came apart. I did put one staple here to test the gun out, and it's holding up pretty well for just one staple. I did it on top. I'm actually gonna be stapling from the bottom, but I just wanted to see how well that staple holds, and it's holding pretty well. But like I said, these are the staples that I used before, and these don't work that well because, like I said, these just go into the outside area and do not hold this together. So I'm gonna have to remove these and go ahead and get the area ready for the new staples. I'm gonna pull this rear fender off so we can work with it off of the bike. This is a 1985 Honda 250R. Pretty classic bike. It's really unique. I could purchase new plastics for the back, but they're like $300–400, and this is original, so I definitely want to keep it original. So right now I'm going to pull this off and get it ready to go ahead and start stapling. What I do is I'm going to pull these old staples out of here so we can get this ready for the new ones. And these are actually not in there very deep at all. And I'm gonna say this is the one I just used. See, that's the one I just stapled, and they are in there pretty tight. So I might have to heat this back up and then go ahead and pull it out in order to get those off. Okay, so the way you use the staple gun is you insert a staple into the end here, like so. And once you're ready to use the staple, you press the trigger. The longer you press the staple, the hotter the staple is gonna get. Now, you don't want the staple to get too hot because then you'll have to leave the staple in there that much longer for it to cool off. So once you get the plastic where you want it and you're ready to staple, you press the trigger and you slowly press into the plastic. And once you reach the point where you want to pull out, you let go of the trigger, and then you wait for about 3 to 4 seconds, let the staple and the plastic cool off, and then go ahead and pull the gun out. Because if you let go of the trigger and you pull the gun out, it's going to bring the staple with you as well, because the staple is still hot and the plastic is still hot as well. So you want the plastic and the staple to cool off first before you pull the staple gun away. So now that we have this stapled where we want it, we can go ahead and flip it over. And here you can see this is the crack from the beginning all the way down to here. So we're going to staple all along the crack. We're going to apply pressure together, and then we're going to staple, and then we're going to go ahead and apply all the way around. So let's go ahead and do that. So hold these together. Press the trigger, push it into the plastic, let go of the trigger, wait a little bit, let it cool off. Continue this all the way along the crack. Now be careful you don't press the staple all the way through the other side. Alright, so I'm done with the staples on the flat side of the plastic, and I've been using these flat ones here on the flat side of the crack. But now I've reached the point where the plastic actually turns into a corner, and the plastic crack goes all the way down the center of this line here. And the flat ones that I've been using, these are just not going to work in there because it's just going to go, yeah, there's just no way for it to go in there. So that's where these come into play. These are corner ones. So these are going to go in the corner like so and hold into the corner like that. So it'll get both sides of the plastic and into the corner. So that's what these are for. So I'm going to use these now along the corner here. Alright guys, so I reached the point where I am done stapling, and it looks like it's pretty good, and it's certainly held up really well. It's pretty strong and solid now. And like I said, the flat ones you want to use on flat plastic. On the corners you want to use the little V1 like I showed you earlier to get into these corners here. And now we're ready to go ahead and grab our little pliers here that came in the kit, and these are what we're going to use to cut away at these little existing tabs here. But one thing I do recommend you guys wearing is some safety glasses, because these, once you cut these, do you hear that? That thing's gonna go flying. So what I suggest you guys do is, if you don't want to step on those with your feet, if you're doing this in the garage, or even if you're doing this somewhere in the house, what I suggest you guys do is grab some needle nose pliers. Alright guys, so I got done doing this side as well, and we are ready to flip this over. Now you can also take it a step further, and you can grind the end of these down if you wanted to set it flush with the plastic. But like I said, I'm going to use a JB Weld to cover up the crack in here and along the little nails on that remaining little stuff on top, to kind of just give it a little bit more strength on the bottom. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. Alright guys, with the plastic flipped over, It looks way better. Look at this. This looks completely better than what it was before with the ugly staples that I had on top. This really feels nice and strong as well. Like I said, I could always put some doubles, or I could always put JB Weld on the bottom to kind of keep it a little bit stronger if I wanted to. But I think I'm gonna leave it the way it is because it's, you know, like I said, it's gonna get used and abused, but it looks really good and it's gonna hold really strong. Like I said, this fixes all different kinds of plastics, whether it's soft plastic, hard plastic, you name it. This little gun is gonna work for you. And I have quite a bit of staples left over from the kit as well. I did not go and use all of them, but like I said before, you can buy these staples separately on Amazon as well. All different kinds, different angles, different shapes, different sizes, and they all fit on this gun here. I'm gonna link the gun in the links down below if you're interested in buying one. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments down below and I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.